Hi, welcome to another episode of Sea Change Cinema. My name is Abby C, and it is amazing to dive into your inbox again this week. As you know, this is where we talk about all of the themes and ideas and topics and challenges around running an online business and getting visible online, connecting with the very best people to become your clients and ultimately sell your stuff, because that's why we're all here, right? And right now we are doing all of this in the face of a global pandemic. So I don't think anyone is having an easy time right now. If you are, great. But if not, then I hope that watching these episodes and hearing from me in your inbox and on social media makes you feel a little bit better, because as you know, I'm very honest about how this all is all going, and I'm very real. And so I just hope that having real people sharing their insight and knowledge with you makes you feel better about your own challenges. And I asked on social media this week, are you sinking? Are you surfing? Are you swimming? Where are you right now? And, you know, lots of people got in touch with me to say that they are a bit of both. So hopefully today you're having a surfing day. But, you know, if you're having a sinking day, just take the rest of the day off. That's what I advise. And on that note, I just wanted to share one thing. It's a short episode today because I have had a few conversations with people around the concept of selling to people in a time of crisis. Like, what are you actually supposed to sell? How are you actually supposed to talk about it when you already know that people have got enough on their plate? You know, from one human to another, you don't want to overload someone else's brain with more smash, with more stuff than they can handle. So I know that right now probably feels like maybe you shouldn't be saying anything at all. But actually, I would encourage you to rethink that, because while people are still stressed and they're facing challenges that, you know, they've never had before, life still has a habit of trundling on, and you know, we still want to know about useful things, we still want to know about funny things, we still want to know about beautiful things, and we want to know how much they all cost. So there is a way for you to keep communicating, keep promoting yourself, keep connecting with people without feeling like you're doing the cheesy sales thing. Now, as we've talked about in the cinema before, there's two different routes to selling. There's the direct route that many people love to take, and that, you know, for me, that is, I'm totally in awe of it, because I don't know how anyone's got the stamina for it. Then there's the scenic route of selling, and that's the route that I like to take. And I know that if you're on my mailing list, then that is the route that you like to take too, because we're all about testing the water, making things run smooth, connecting and taking our time. Now, I don't know if that is the right way or not. I'm sure people who are into the direct route of selling will tell me otherwise. But like I say, I don't know how anyone has the stamina for it, and I'm so impressed. Maybe one day. So if you're taking the scenic route of selling, scenic sales, let's call it, then you know that the pressure is off. You don't have to say the very right thing, which is, you know, again, is a really good thing to learn about yourself. Because if you don't have to say the very perfect thing, then you don't have to try to be very perfect. You could just be you. And that's, thank God, is my approach, because these episodes are very waffly sometimes. I do know that. I'm not saying the perfect thing all the time, but I'm trying my hardest, and people are watching. You are watching, so thanks. So yes, the scenic route means that you can take your time. You don't have to find the perfect way to sell. You don't have to find the perfect phrase that people are going to say, oh, I'm going to buy now. That's it. That's what I want. You can take your time to connect and grow your conversation with the people who are following you. So if you watched the last episode of the cinema, I talked about finding your value, how to find the value of whatever it is that you do, of your products or your services. Now, I'll include the link to that episode in with this one in the mailing list, because in the newsletter, because it's a really valuable exercise to do, where you're just spending some time thinking about what it is that you have to offer. So if you do that exercise, or if you've done that exercise, you will have a list of really cool things that you have to offer that people should know about, because you do this amazing thing for them. I mean, I say in I've got a sales guide, How to Sell When You Hate Selling. I say in there that if you can make someone's life better, you really need to tell them about it. You can't keep that information to yourself. That's just like, it's not a cool thing to do. It's a superhero move. Let them know that you make their lives better somehow. You don't necessarily have to include a call to action that says buy now. You can tell them all about this lovely thing, and then your call to action can be something like, click on this testimonial and see how it works, or have a look at my blog where I write about it in more detail. You don't always have to be going for that sales button, okay? Especially if it doesn't feel right for you right now. So you're going to go back to this list of all the value that you offer, and I want you to ask yourself really clearly, what is interesting about this? What is useful about this information? What is entertaining or funny, or how can I make it entertaining or funny? So you're taking your list of the value that you offer, and you're working out all the different ways that you can share that message out that other people will want to absorb in some way. So say, for example, I'll use my own situation. I've done some writing for a client. I've saved them 8 hours of their working life or their working week that they didn't have to spend trying to write this very same thing. So I've given my client 8 hours that they didn't have. That is something that I would want to know as a business owner. Hold on a minute, if she can give me 8 hours to write that thing, what can I do in that 8 hours? Now, there is something really useful to write about. There is something really informative to write about, but I bet there's some funny ways that I can share that content. So create your list of all of your value, and then with each point on your list, ask what's interesting about that, what's useful about that, what's funny about that, and what's entertaining about that. Can you find gifts that match? Can you find pictures that match that feeling, that valuable quality or benefit? And there you go. You have got a whole bunch of stuff that you can start turning into content, whether it's your blogs, whether it's your social media, whether it's your newsletter, okay? So that's it for today. I just wanted to share with you the fact that in a time of crisis, you can still connect with people without feeling like you're being a cheesy salesperson, okay? It's fine to keep talking. It's fine to communicate. And if you're lost for words and you don't know what to say, then go through this exercise and actually ask yourself, what is interesting about this? Because at the end of the day, it's not all about selling. It's not all about sales and making money. You're in this for the long haul. There is a business to run at the end of all of this crisis stuff that we are living through. What do you want to run then? Do you want to be still going for the pushy sales, or do you want to be running something that feels aligned with your heart, that connects people that you really genuinely want to work with? Now, I know that it is that route, the scenic route, that you're interested in. So make the scenic route interesting and enjoyable and fun and informative. But go back to your values so you know exactly what the great stuff is that you offer and that you do, and then work out how to tell people about it. Okay? Now, I really hope that's made sense. I really hope that you do the exercise, because if you're struggling with your content and connecting with people, then hopefully this is the kick up the bum that you need, because your people still want to hear from you. We still want to know about the useful things, the beautiful things, the funny things, the things that make us grow in terms of education and become better people. You need to tell people what you're all about, okay? Just because we're in a time of crisis does not give you the excuse to stop. Unless you want to stop, in which case I grant you permission. That's it for this week's episode of Sea Change Cinema. I'm so glad to have you here. Please, if you have anything that you would like me to to create an episode on. If you've got any topics or questions or worries or concerns, please do get in touch with me. And if you haven't booked already for tomorrow's free workshop at 10:30, please do. Again, I'll share the link, but I am talking to a behaviour business coach around the 6 emotional needs that human beings have and need to be topped up in order to feel fulfilled and happy. This is another great way for you to figure out how you can shape your content and your communications to make your people feel valued and seen. But at the same time, it also helps you work out what might be getting dropped in your own well-being and your own health. So please come along, more information in the newsletter, and hopefully see you on Zoom in the morning. See you later. Bye-bye.